So we have an AR wall. Fundamentally what it does is it brings worlds, real and imagined, strange or otherwise, to the shooting process.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds and Star Trek Discovery are the two first Star Trek shows to use the AR wall, or virtual production wall, here in Toronto. It was definitely a new learning curve to try and figure out how to incorporate the workflow into the pre-production side of things. We needed to know what the sets were going to be almost 6 months in advance of shooting them.
It fell to me to produce the designs of what ultimately would be the joint AR experience. So I would have to design the physical set, but then that had to connect and bleed through in a smooth, seamless way into the digital asset. It's a spectacular process.
What it did was create this new sort of sub-department of the art department, where we had to develop a logistical plan and working with the visual effects department to provide them with the landscape or the interior that we would create in our world. The concepts that would come out would just be these fantastical places that we could never have created before.
This is what's eventually going to replace green screen in filmmaking. It's cool for us because we get to see what we're working with.
It looks like a holodeck. I think that's the word I'll use. It looks very much like a holodeck, and you can just put whatever you want up there and you are transported to these incredibly strange new worlds. We're going to different planets, and so to have the AR wall as an asset to really stamp us into the realism, I think it's really cool.
It's this great marriage of practical effects and like digital special effects. And to have that work done for you is a huge help. You're generating less imagery in your own mind so you can focus more on your work. And I think it looks incredible on camera.
Especially from an acting point of view, it feels like you're almost in the theatre. It feels like it's a stage, it feels real, it's easier to get into the environment and feel that you're actually there as the character.
Strange New Worlds looks bigger because some of our sets, some of our standing sets are virtual environments. Engineering is gigantic because most of engineering is a projection. It creates the opportunity to act, not make-believe, and to react in ways that are in real time and together.
It's the goal.
In episode 104, we actually have a run-in with some Gorn ships that we've never seen before, so that was in itself an interesting creation, trying to figure out the flight patterns as it would interact in sort of a ship battle with the Enterprise.
Akiva, he has been wanting to do something with the Gorn for years.
Michael Chabon, my partner on Picard and the showrunner for season 1, and I, we're obsessed with the Gorn. So the Gorn are monsters. They're not analogs for anything. That's an interesting view on the universe, and one that I don't think should be discarded.
Some things in this universe are just plain evil. The truth is, plenty of people have seen the Gorn. They just don't live long enough to talk about it.
From a producing perspective, we were looking for a classic villain to reinvent. The decision that we came to as a writer's room was to slow play them. If you use Jaws as a metaphor, when you don't see something, it's often even more terrifying than when you do see something. The goal was, in designing their ships, was to design a ship that doesn't look like a ship that we would understand. In that episode, in episode 4, we don't see them, we see them from afar. We see their ships are weird, they're alien, we don't understand them, they're terrifying.
But very interesting scenes, or a creation with Dan Liu, the director, is kind of interesting. They actually took a Hunt for Red October approach, where it's almost like a submarine battle. Henry and Akiva both kind of agreed that it would be interesting to see it more like a battle map and create that sort of inner sub feel where it's very claustrophobic and very quiet and tight to really build the suspense.
They wanted us to fire. They sacrificed an entire ship just to get our location.
Why is that blip so much bigger?